Tip of the Lizard in Cornwall.
When did you start up?
We started the business nearly 14 years ago at the back end of '99 when we bought Treacle Bay in South Wales, and we've grown by acquiring individual parks since then, with the last parks acquired in 2007.
And what is a typical park?
Well, our parks are a real mixture, really. We've got the largest caravan park in Europe and Wales with 2,000 caravans on it at Treacle Bay, but we've also got some very small parks with only 130 caravans on. Quite typically, almost all of our holiday parks have caravans, although one park is all lodges. Those caravans are substantially double glazed and centrally heated now, and parks have a range of facilities including a bar, a restaurant, a small convenience store, an amusement arcade, and a range of entertainment and leisure facilities. That could be anything from a dry ski slope or more typically an indoor and outdoor pool, and 23 of the 24 parks have got swimming pools.
You mentioned lodges, so it's not all caravans then?
No, actually, we've got lodges at 12 of our holiday parks. I think we're quite unique as one of the national holiday park operators in that we own lodge hire fleet across a wide range of parks. So whether you want to be in Scotland or in East Anglia or down on the Cornish coast, we have lodges, and they've grown in popularity a lot over the last 15 years, really.
What extra would you get if you stayed in the lodge compared to a static caravan?
I think the advantage of a lodge is that they're a lot bigger. So typically a caravan will be sort of 35 foot by maybe 12 foot wide. So a lodge is probably 40 foot by 20 foot. So they're over double the size, which gives you a lot more space. And I think if you've got a few kids running around and want to do family activities, you just got a bit more space. And the bedrooms and the kitchen areas are a lot larger as well. Quite often a lodge will also have 2 bathrooms, including an ensuite room and the master bedroom, which also makes a difference when you've got a few people there.
Of all your parks, which would you say is your flagship one, and why?
Oh, now you're putting me on the spot there.
Yeah, I know, everybody's listening too.
Yeah, so put me on the spot with that one. I like all the parks for different reasons. The one I go to on holiday most is Ruda Holiday Park at Croydon, North Devon. We actually own the beach there as well. It's got a very, very nice Devon village with thatched cottages and a typical postcard sort of village, really. And the beach is very, very good. So and very easy to access. So I like Ruda for that. But I had my honeymoon on one of the parks that we now own back in the 1980s up in Scotland. So I've got a soft spot for that as well.
Yes, you best not forget that one.
No, I can't. I'd get hung, drawn and quartered if I forgot that, I think.
Of your parks, are they all accessible?
All of the parks are accessible and all have wheelchair accessible accommodation. I think with the saving of probably the park at Torquay, which, although we have an accessible caravan there, it is on quite a steep slope, which does make it difficult. So we do have accommodation available there. But in general, the lie of the land's not so easy to get around. But our parks maybe have up to 6 accessible caravans or lodges as well. And we found those quite popular, particularly outside of peak season. And really the booking numbers that we've had in those kind of determine how many we have.
They do seem to have quite a lot.
It is quite a few, but it's a very small proportion of our fleet. But we do have wheelchair accessible accommodation, and we also have some accommodation on some parks that's actually owned by charities that's even more adapted, and some of that is available for rental as well.
Are they easy to find on your website?
I would hope so. Certainly the wheelchair-friendly accommodation is easy to find on our website. But also, our telesales operators are quite useful to talk to because they've got quite an understanding of the product. And I think if somebody's looking for something with special facilities in there, then come to us and we'll see if we can help you. But we also have accessible lifts and hoist facilities for our swimming pools as well.
I'm assuming on most of the holidays you do, it's all about keeping kids entertained. If you take a family, you take your children with you, what entertainment is there going to be, and who are Sid and Lizzie?
Well, Sid and Lizzie are kids' characters. Sid the seagull and Lizzie the lizard. So they're children's characters, and in particular, they're there for either preschool children for the specialist sessions we have for our tots, or for our sort of a 4 to 10-year-olds in our Starlanders Club. So Sid and Lizzie are very active. Sid's probably a little bit more mischievous than Lizzie is. And what they do is they do lots of different activities, but we have storybooks, we have puppet sessions, we have lots of activities where children, whether they're learning about the Romans or whether they're taking part in an activity where they're making things, that there are lots and lots of different things to do. And we encourage the parents to get active during the day. So during the day there are lots of smaller sessions, indoors and outdoors, nature trails, lots of things for the kids to get involved in, because outside of the school holidays, our market is predominantly preschool children and very young children. So, we get lots of people there outside of the school holidays. So our preschool kids are very much a focus for us.
What about the adults? Is there anything set up for them?
Well, there's entertainment in the evening for adults as well. But what we find is we a lot of the adults, they want to spend time with their children. So the activities are really organised. Especially in the early evening, where we've got sort of party games and dances and various things, where mum and dad or grandma and granddad can join in with the kids as well.
I don't have kids, but I have dogs. Well, a dog and 2 cats. Are your parks pet friendly?
They are pet friendly. We normally charge up to £35 for pet friendly accommodation, and you can take more than one pet with you. I mean, I think 2 is our limit on most locations. Quite often we also run promotions though where you get that back. What we're often doing though is we use that so we know which accommodation has the pets in, mainly because we actually have a lot of people where we actually have allergy because we have no smoking accommodation and no pet accommodation. We're quite clear on when we're renting those out to holiday customers that they are sort of pet-free and smoke-free accommodation. And lots of our parks have special dog walking areas, or even have access directly onto things like the Cornish Coastal Path or public footpaths and bridleways, where you can get out and about and have a really good walk with your dog.
Yeah, imagine taking mine, it'd be chaos. He's not most.
Well, people like to take their pets away with them. It is one of the good things about holiday in the UK. You can take a wider family, you can take a family friend for the kids, which lots of people do. And you can take your pet away with you. I think for some people, it's especially children, it's quite a bit of a wrench to leave the family pet and put them into a kennel for a week. So I think a lot of people do like to have their pets away with them.
Yeah, I do miss mine when I go away. I'm a big softie. They're set up to be self-catering, but you've got your bars and your cafe restaurants. What sort of food do you offer?
Well, we have a wide range. I mean, there's lots of traditional food. Some of our parks have their own pizzerias and pasta outlets where we're obviously making things on the premises. We run carveries. We have a wide range of foods, so that there's a wide range of sort of poultry dishes, seafood dishes, local dishes. So quite a wide range there as well. We also do packages if you wanted to sort of put your feet up a bit more on holiday, where you could buy a breakfast or you could buy your evening meal in with your package when you come. So you haven't got to be entirely self-catering. Most parks are open from sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning for breakfast, right through till 9:30 in the evening for food. So there's plenty of opportunity to dine, or indeed to get yourself a takeaway pizza or some fish and chips to eat in your caravan, or while you're back, or your lodge, where you may indeed want to eat in your accommodation. So there's quite a few different things that we can do. Some of our parks have just one food or bar outlet. Other parks have a range of different facilities that you can pick and choose where you want to go as well.
I've just suddenly come over all hungry. That's not good.
No, I have as well, actually.
How long's the average stay for a family, and do you do short breaks?
Well, probably about 70% of our customers are now short breaks, and I think that's been the big difference to UK holidays, really, over the 25 years I've been in the sector. More and more people are going away for short breaks outside of the traditional season, whether that's for a family celebration, or a birthday, or just to get themselves a short break. And indeed, some short breaks can be main holidays. Our short breaks start at £99, whereas our high-end accommodation, will range from sort of £500 to over £1,000 at peak season. But particularly in sort of October and November, a typical short break price will be anywhere from £99 to £149, and obviously that's for the whole family as well. So it's not per person, so it's very good value. And like I say, about 70% of our business is short breaks. So we actually have more families with us during the week, different people holidaying with us in September than we do in August, just because we've got a lot more people coming for shorter breaks.
You mentioned your £99 and all the other price ranges, but what's included in the price?
Well, you haven't got to worry about anything when you get there. Your bed's made in your accommodation, so your holiday accommodation is ready for you to go and use. You've got free gas and electricity. You've got your TV and everything in there. So really, the only thing you need to do is to either bring along some food and goodies if you want with you, or to use our restaurants and bars to eat in. So you haven't got anything to worry about in your accommodation. Although you do have to bring your own towels, but all beds are made on arrival. And it does give you the freedom to choose to do whatever you want while you're there.
Yeah, just pitch up and have fun.
Pitch up and have fun. It's all about having fun.
Yeah. How can the listeners find out more about Parkdean?
Well, the easiest thing to do is to go on the internet and have a look. Our website's www.parkdean.com. But if you key in Parkdean Holidays, I'm sure you'll find us, whichever search engine you're using, fairly easily.
You mentioned your call centre. Is it best? Can you book online, or are you best to call up?
You can book online. About half our customers do book online. It's grown in popularity all the time. We also have a web helpline, so if you are looking on the internet and you just want to ask some questions, you can always pick the phone up and just give us a call, or give the park a call directly, and they'll help with any specific questions that you do have. And those numbers are readily available on the website.
All right. Thanks, John. Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you very much. Cheers.
What about my phone call? I want to call my family.
Too late now.
Please, please, please.
Step through now, please.
Oh, no.
Too late now.
Here's the goods. You take them in false bottom bag, you strap them to your body, it's up to you.
Look, I've changed my mind. I want out.
Too late now.
So, you're offering me a free holiday?
Yeah,
I just have to bring back something for a friend of yours.
that's right. You get some serious cash.
Right.
Well,
Not too late. Don't get talked into trafficking drugs. Once you're in, the British government can't get you out. Don't throw your life away.
Checking it out before you check in on the John Guinn Travel Show on ukhealthradio.com. But now we're moving on to Mauritius. Somewhere is on my list. I know I say that near enough every show, but I just don't have the income to go everywhere on my list just yet. But you wait until I'm a famous radio personality. But anyway, Mauritius. My guest for this is Leanne Gosford. She represents Mauritius at their London-based tourist department. She's going to talk about all the basics about how to get there, what to see and do when you're there. So we'll get straight onto it and find out where Mauritius is.
So Mauritius is obviously in the Indian Ocean, so it's just off the coast of Africa. It's sort of to the south. If you're sort of picturing the Indian Ocean, you've got the Maldives, which are in the Seychelles at the top, and then I think it's 2,000 kilometres away is Mauritius. So it's just off the east of Madagascar.
Okay. Is there any direct flights there from the UK?
There are. So you can either fly direct with Air Mauritius, who fly there 4 times a week, or Emirates. BA fly there directly 3 times a week, and the Emirates fly there indirectly and via Dubai. They'll actually also be extending their line, so they're bringing, as of next week, so the December the 16th, they're bringing in the A380, so which will increase capacity. And then for next year, we're looking at the Dreamliner from Thompson, so it will just mean that it makes Mauritius a far more accessible destination.
How long would it take to get there?
It's around about sort of 12 hours.